everyone, this is Jerry Ann with scrapandstampcreations.blogspot.com, and this is my May 5th Cinco de Mayo class, and we are using the Ivy Lane Workshop on the Go card making guide or card making kit, and we're using our Make It From Your Heart Volume 2 12 card cutting guide that's available over on my blog, scrapandstampcreations.blogspot.com. And we'll also be creating the 3 cards that are in this book to look exactly like this as well. So when we're done, we'll have 15 separate cards. Right now, we're going to go ahead and get to cutting. So we've already sorted our paper into what we're looking at. This is a random stamp cutting guide, which is the main focal image, and I chose the nice big floral pattern for that piece. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this up, and we'll get going. Our first cut is at 5.5. Oh, not going to cut the guide. Five and a half. By 2 3/4, by 175, by 125. We're going to flip that around, do 125, and we're going to cut 4 of those. I'm going to take this back around and cut it 2.5. Actually, this needed to be at 4 inches. So that's going to shave us just a little thing here. So 2.5 at 1 at 1 3/4, 175, and at 175. Now I just lay this all out. The next cut on this long piece is at 4 1/4. At 3 inches. At 1 1/2. At 2. At 2 1/2. At 1 1/2. And at 1. And then this piece gets cut down to 4 inches. It is really cute paper. This gets cut at 225 by 4 1/4. And then we have our zip strips. So this is how this looks completely cut out. So we're going to take our extras and move them off to the side because we'll use them for little decorations. These 4 little pieces are for card number 21. So we're just going to slip those in our envelope. Nice big piece for 19. 23. 20, 21, 28, 28C, 22, 25, 26, 27, 29, and 24. These are extra. This is an extra piece, and this is for number 30. So now we can put this piece away. This is an extra. Yep, they're all 5 1/4 by 4 1/2. Or they're standard, they're A size cards. 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. Okay, piece number 2 is our focal images piece, and I'm going to use Colonial White for that. First cut is at 3 inches. We're going to cut it 3 1/4, at 2, at 2, at 1 1/2, and at 2 1/2. And this little piece ends up being 3/4 by 2 1/4. Next cut is going to be at 2 1/2. And we're going to do 2 1/2 and 2 1/2. and then we're going to do 2 1/4 and 2 1/4. And now we need to make these two pieces square. And our last cut is at 2 inches by 3 1/4, and then at 2 3/4, and cut down to 175. So here is our paper. Again, we're just going to slip them in the books where they go. Number 29. Number 27. Number 20. Number 19. Number 30. Number 21. Number 22 and 24. Number 28 and 23. Extra, extra, extra. Number 26. Number 25. And the rest of these pieces are extra. Okay. The next piece we're going to do is cardstock number 1, and I'm using cocoa. Our first cut is at 4 inches. Four inches. And then at 5 1/4, at 3 1/4, and then cut down. This is 3 1/2 by 3. Next cut is at 3 1/2. Oh, no. Everybody just gets really quiet when I do these. 2, 4 1/2, 1 1/4, and 1 1/4, and then 325, by 2.25 by 325. Okay, these pieces that we did at 1.25 need to be cut down to 1.25 squares, and that leaves just this little itty bitty piece. It's just a basket. What you do is you take each of your cards. You know that you're going to make 15, so you put your cards and your envelopes into your basket, and then what you do is you put each of the pieces away. And as for printing the guide out, no, I did not. I hand drew it, and I recommend that people do that. Take some old backside of some pretty cardstock that you like or are not going to use and draw it out. It's really not hard, and that way you have a pattern like this at 2 inches. You can print it out, you just can't use it to scale like this. And 275 by 275. And my tummy is a grumbling. All right, this is card number 20. Yeah, once you do it, you have it forever. Number 24. Number 30. Lost my little sticky note here. Number 19. Number 29. These are all for number 21. These little pieces are extra. This is number 27. Number 22. Number 26. Number 25. Number 23. Number 19, this one's extra. And this one's extra. So that takes care of cardstock number 1. Here is, we're using Hollyhock for cardstock number 2. Yes, I'm going to make the cards tonight. Yep. We're going to cut at 5.5. We're going to cut at 2 inches. And then I have a note that says cut after 23C. So this one is at 1/2 inch. So I'm going to cut 1/2 inch. I have lots of room. So now I want to turn this to 4.25. Oh wait, nope, one more. I want to cut one at 7.5. Now I want to cut at 4.25. And this goes at 1. 1.25. And I need 3 pieces at 3/4. 1, 2, 3. Need another 3/4 and 1/2. And I need a 1.5 by 4. Okay, and the only other piece I need is a 2. Well, that's the cool part about the envelopes, and that was something that somebody really, really liked. They liked the fact that you could do all the cutting, put the pieces in the envelopes, and go back and work on them slowly. All right, so that's all the cuts for this piece. So this one goes for 23. This one is for 25. Oh, my tummy. It's talking. 26. Oh, I forgot to cut those little pieces out there. We'll get them. 22. 27. There's 2 for 27. 29. 30. 20. 28. Yeah. Actually, it is these pages that are photographed and on my blog. And then the directions to put them together are in the book. Actually, that takes you to the Free to Be Me scrapbook page, but then you can go back to the other. This is number 24. I need to cut those little pieces. These are extra. So we got lots of extra. And these need to be 1 1/4. The book is awesome. I'll pull it out here so as we're walking through, we'll see each of the cards and what we make it look like. So these are number 21. There are 2 separate cutting guides. And I will have them both on my Facebook page here pretty quick, on my Facebook group page. All right, and so the last one we're going to use is cardstock number 3. And I'm using the flip side, because this is 2-sided paper of this one. So this is the green one. And that gives us more than enough for the 3 additional cards. All right, 5 1/2. First cut at 5 1/2 by 7/5 down to 4 1/4. And we've got another 7/5. We have a 1 inch, a 1/2 inch, we have a 1 inch, and a 2 1/2. And then we need to make this little piece 7/5, 7/5. So we're just going to cut that little piece off. And this one goes right here. It's just a little itty bitty baby piece. Okay. And then we need a 1/2 inch. We're going to cut it 1 1/2. And at 1 1/4. And then this one goes down here. There are 2, and they're only $7.95 each, and I recommend you get both because there are layouts. The 8-page layouts are coming from that book too, the Make It From Your Heart Volume 2, and all of the cards are coming out of both of them. So that is the last cuts that we need. So we know that these are extra. We know that these little pieces are extra, and this piece. So we're going to move these out of the way. We've got 28. We have 22. We have 26. We have 29. We have 21. We have 19. We have 28. These two little pieces right here are for number 23. And this is an extra as well. All right, so that takes care of the cutting guides for the Ivy Lane card class that we're doing tonight on Cinco de Mayo. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and then we'll come back for part 2, and we'll start putting our cards together. Thanks for joining me.